was that? Well, that's loud. You didn't hear it? It's a can opener. Welcome. It's episode 14.
14 already.
Yeah. You know, you need to speak into the mic.
Yeah, hold up. I'm putting on the chat.
Yo, I'm really excited about this because it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
You got a fresh face here in Bailey Greer.
Yeah.
Fresh face.
Fresh face. Introduce yourself, sir.
I'm ready to shake stuff up. It's Bailey Greer. I'm just another student at Algonquin College. Got a couple side jobs going on, you know, making.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm a server at a bar.
Okay, so what is that like?
I don't know. It's a good time.
What's the money like though? Like, how much more is it than like just a host or a hostess?
We're getting real personal right off the bat here.
Bro, but what are tips like?
We're breaking down. This is my name. It's Bailey Greer, and here are my financials. I only thought I had to pass over the tax receipts when I became president. No, but it's substantial money. It's money. Like, everybody has this idea that every server goes home with $500 in their pocket, and there's just people there that like you too much, but that's not the case. You know, you have good days. Servers are known for complaining about a few things, and
Like what?
everything they can.
Why?
That's just the job of being in the public eye all the time. You know? Like, you're in public eye, you're talking to
That's
50 people you don't know.
Communicating, like
yeah,
that's your fucking job.
You're working for tips.
Yeah.
Like, if the tips aren't good,
You're selling yourself. You're selling yourself,
Yeah.
and if you're not getting
I was working last night, and this server got a $180 bill, and they tipped her $3. Tipped her $3
Yo,
bucks.
I feel like
yeah, but we laugh. But
Yeah,
if you're in
you're
the
right.
back of the house, if a cook got a $3 tip from somebody in the front that was like, give this to the guy that made this, give this to the cook that actually made my dinner, he'd be way more thankful for that $3 than the pretty chick that put it on their table and almost knocked it over in the meantime.
how much? What is like the minimum pay for a server?
Yeah, how much do you make? Not to get.
Not
How much
not,
is-
not
isn't
how
it-
much do you make, but what's the minimum?
there's
This-
a lot.
this-
There's
it's
a
less
lot.
than minimum wage,
I
right?
think servers are on a
Yeah,
lot.
and this just speaks. And if you ask most servers, they probably would be able to tell you. And it's I don't know. I don't even know the server wage. It's like it's $1 or $2 less, and it's less than minimum
less,
wage.
though.
It is less than minimum wage, but it's easy for a server to try and save that money and just spend their tip money because you always got cash, right? So you leave your debit card alone.
What was that?
I don't know. We're getting a little disco up in here.
Is it? No, I don't think so.
All right, we're okay. We're
All
fine
right,
now.
yeah.
We're fine now.
Sorry.
No, but
you
we'll-
said pulled the debit card out. What do you mean?
Well, you get paid so much money in cash, right?
Oh,
As a server,
true,
and there's
yeah.
honestly no other job that gets paid cash like that. It's only serving. But my question for everybody else is, people that are working other jobs, is why don't you get in the front of the house, and why don't you start selling yourself, and why don't you get out of the back of Harvey's and just like try and talk to somebody? That's my question I put out there.
Yes.
Like, push forward, you know? I just thought it was an easy opportunity. Everybody else should.
I've been working in a kitchen for a while,
Yeah.
but I think I'm just over it. I don't want to be working in a kitchen anymore. Like, I enjoy the art of cooking. Like, I love cooking, but like, I'm fucking sick and tired of working in a kitchen. I could try front of the house, but I want to do something else. I'm over the work, the
not
field.
Like, it's not like it's not like a hard job. I think it's probably a hard job. It's only meant for like a distinct personality, right? It's there. It's not. There's a certain skill set that comes along with being a server.
But I feel like you take certain skills from the job as well, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
There's going to be people that go into that job that don't have necessarily that personality. They'll come out with more of a personality than they came out with it, just because they force themselves to talk to that group of people that they've never talked to, right?
Doing something like that makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it's one of those jobs that makes you do something uncomfortable. There's always uncomfortable moments in it, like There's always somebody you don't really want to talk to. You never know when you might get an ex-girlfriend sitting down and sitting down in your section. You know,
Have you had that happen to you, brother?
No.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's common. I feel like it's common.
Won't be long.
Yeah, but that's sweet. I would love to be a server. I think I got my smart serve.
Yeah.
So, where are you from? Bailey Greer.
Good old Ottawa, born and raised.
What's it like growing up and living in the city?
Living in the city.
Think of it compared to me living in Muskoka. What do you think it would be like growing up in a small town?
Well, I grew up in Stittsville. I went to high school in Stittsville, which is like a smaller community. It's very close knit.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing. It's not by no means rural, but
It's suburbs.
it's suburbs. Yeah, it's suburbs. You got everything you need right there. Everybody's got a Cadillac Escalade to bring you there too. Like, it's a nice place.
You know.
It's a nice place. Like,
Low crime.
low crime. Like on books, it's great. On books, it's great. But I want the fame. I want the lights. I want the action. I want it all. Right. So I had to get out. I don't know. It's compared to Muskoka, though. Muskoka has its own little charm there too, right?
Yeah, to a certain extent.
Like, there's a whole different. You look at life a little different out there. You're out there. You're in the woods. You look outside. You step outside. You hear nothing but birds chirping and like the sun rising.
Yeah.
And it's not the same out here.
Yeah, you're right. It's pretty beautiful. It is beautiful. I'll give it that. Like, pretty.
It's calm. It's very calm, right?
Me and my mom like talk about it, like questioning of where you're gonna raise your children. Like, she's like, I didn't know, like going to a small town and like.
No, it's a big question, and like
I
you
was
can
thinking about
divide it
your
into
answer.
three. You can divide it into three. You can be like, I'm gonna live very rural.
Yeah.
I'm gonna live in a suburb, or I'm gonna live in a city, and then you have to just try and find the best path there. But I don't know. You can argue for every side. You can
You
argue
live in
for
the
every side.
I'm gonna move to the hood.
Just gonna move the hood. I don't
Just
think
for locational purposes.
I can afford this whole block.
after my calculation, rent seems to be the best in.
Rent seems to be the best in Vanier.
Yeah, the hood.
Yeah, let's go. They're trying to gentrify it though.
I don't know what that means.
It means like put like wealthier people in the neighborhood. That's why they built all those new houses. That's why it's like
So
there's so many.
That's
that
their
are trying to
idea
sell.
that they'll just build
and
like some really really nice houses.
Yeah, and then people
to intrigue.
people. That's what happened in like New York. That's what happened in like Brooklyn, and like it's gentrified because there's a bunch of like rich white chicks that live there now. You know,
That have like a beautiful like tiny condo, like
yeah, like gorgeous, but it's in Brooklyn, and you're like, oh, that's
like it's 100% class and it's 6 square feet. Like, we'll give it to you for $500,000 this month. Like, I got 3 people calling me right now. Yes or no?
yeah. I'm thinking about how ridiculous it is. I really want to move there. I know you said that you want to move there too.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, man.
Yeah.
It's like the dream. You gotta
Everything.
talk into the front of it. Yeah, lift it up. Yeah, hold it down there. Okay, you got it.
You got a joke over there? Something?
You got a joke.
Yeah, what were you saying? Yeah, no, New York.
No, I've never been there. I would go there right away. If I had the opportunity, I'd go tomorrow.
Me and Jacob are gonna plan a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. We gotta do. I gotta do a trip. When was the last time you traveled?
When was the last time I did something? I went to a New York Jets game in October.
Oh, really? Like
Oh.
just last week or just last month?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
It was just for the weekend. It was a good time. Went on a bus with a bunch of
Nice.
drunk white Canadians. It was quite the time. We got in more trouble than we should have.
Tell us. Tell us.
Oh, it was a great time. We no, I don't think. I don't think this is not something you tell. It's like what happened on the bus trip stays on the bus trip.
You don't got to name names.
He's like, he doesn't want to incriminate himself. Man. Should I say it?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know who's
what if this
listening.
comes back to me one day in court? You know. We have you here on the can opener. Do you recall?
Do you remember making the statement of?
I'm about to tell a story about the border here, for fuck's sakes. Like,
Oh, true. Oh, true. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, makes sense. So it was a good time.
It was a great
Did you
time.
stay in an Airbnb?
No, we stayed at some shitty little motel right beside the airport.
How expensive was it? Like, was it in?
I don't really
was
know.
in
It was
Manhattan?
all included. Like it was a football trip. So
Oh,
one guy
true.
organizes it and he asks everybody for $400, and then you go down to New York City for the weekend.
Oh,
Like,
that's
everything's
sick,
included,
dude.
all your drinks, all
That's cheap.
your food. Yeah, you get to go to New York City for the night too. That was a good time. I got invited to some party there. I was in a bar there. I got invited to a party. And
What, wait, were you in Manhattan?
Yeah, I was in Manhattan.
Okay.
I was like Lower East Side. Like
Yeah.
I was in the coolest spot right now. Like I'm hanging out with like a few cool people. Like there was a couple that from Canada that knew a bunch of people down there, and they all met at the bar. And I was
Were
hanging out
these
with them.
people from the same trip that you were on?
No, they lived there.
okay,
right?
true.
And they were like, "Do you guys want to go to a party tonight?" And I look at the guy that I was with, and I was like, "Buddy, we got invited to a party in New York City." I was like, "I'm in. Are you in?" He's like, "I'm in." And this chick goes on, and she's just like, "It's an '80s party." And I was like, "Fuck." I guess I got a jean jacket on, so I kind of look something like that. But Anthony, you got the brightest pair of Asics that I could ever find. And the newest Under Armour sweatshirt.
Oh my god!
And so we go to this party.
So you went from the bar to the party?
Yeah, we caught an Uber. We were gonna catch an Uber, and apparently
were you already hammered before you left?
all day, buddy. All day.
Yeah, you're right. You can't even answer it.
How was the bus trip, buddy?
I didn't drink that weekend. I took a weekend off there.
Try a weekend.
And so we go to this party. We call an Uber actually. We call an Uber first in order to get to this party. And the next thing you know, I followed this one girl that's called the Uber, and we walked down like 10 blocks. And I'm like, I thought the Uber was supposed to bring us there, honey. I thought it was supposed to pick us up and bring us there. She's like, yeah, it's only 3 more blocks. And I was just like, and we get there, we go to this party. Next thing you know, I'm in line at a club. And I was like, I didn't know it was this kind of party. And I paid $35 American cover to get into this 80s party that I didn't dress up for. Yeah.
$35 fucking dollars.
I danced with this dude that had a suit that had palm trees all over it. It was pretty cool. Whoa.
Pause.
I take pause. I take that back. I danced with...
Let me explain myself.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I don't explain myself anymore. It was a good time, that trip.
So you went into this club. Did you like hang out for?
Yeah, I
long?
bought a $15 Stella.
Did you talk to anyone?
I
though?
talked to one chick and she asked what my costume was, and I said I didn't have one. And then the girl that I was looking at started hooking up with my buddy there.
No way.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
no names with that one. Yeah, it was a good time. Woke up the next morning, started drinking. And I didn't drink that weekend, but I got up at like 9 a.m, ready for this football game.
Who won?
If the refs weren't so crooked, the Jets would have won.
Jets.
But the Patriots won. The Patriots ended up pulling that one home. Probably the worst call in NFL history. Jets Patriots.
Why?
I think it was week 7. Oh, just go watch it. I know you're on your phone or something. Just go watch it.
Okay. Yeah. New York City. beautiful. It's kind of unbelievable when you are there for the first time and you've never been to another huge city like that. Like it, different feeling. Okay, so I wanted to ask Bailey, what about this? What do you think about Lil Peep's overdose?
Lil Peep's overdose.
Rest in peace to the kid. He was only 21, man.
Only 21, our age.
Yeah, he was
already sitting at this table. Yeah. I feel like it was kind of inevitable. Like one of those people that sing those lyrics, that do that shit, we're gonna die. Like we live in Ottawa, we live in Ontario. We had a fentanyl epidemic with the same drugs that other people are preaching. So to think that all these kids from our neighborhood are gonna die and nobody famous that's gonna do it, that does that shit, is not gonna die, is that's wrong. Like,
Yeah.
It's probably the first of a few. Like you're gonna sing about Xanax all day, all night, and I don't know.
What about you, Kaelan?
I agree. I think like you can't be surprised when that shit happens. Like
Yeah, I remember.
Like even his songs, like if you listen to his songs, he sings about it a lot. Like a lot of his choruses have like talk about Xanax and lean and doing drugs.
That's
so as much as it is like, so it's like a cry for help almost in a way. Like it's an addict singing about his addiction. It's an addict singing about his addiction, and like to appreciate it for art as one thing, to see it as a cry of help is a whole other thing. And nobody sees it as a cry of help because it's just like it's Lil Peep being Lil Peep, right?
Yeah. But in a way, that's in. Like, that's what the kids
What
like.
do you mean it's in?
It's in style, man. Like, these motherfuckers talking about drugs, like, that's just what you do.
You know what I think it's in style, too? I think, like, being depressed as an artist. I think that's always been in style.
It always has. It always will be. Being emo is kind of cool. Like, the word emo is not cool, but that idea is almost always cool.
Not
and like
the image you think of emo in your head, but like
no. There's always like little weird cult emo followings. There always will be. There always will be little like cult emo.
That's a good. They're kind of
obsession.
Cultish.
Yeah,
they're kind of cultish.
Well, like all those people have a cult fan base.
Exactly.
Because it's kids that like listen to their shit over and over that give all these views. Like you're telling me there's 1 million people in America that have listened to this. Like no, there's probably like 3 million people in America that listen to this one Lil Peep song. No, like it's this 14-year-old kid and he's listening to it 16 times a day, and he's got all of his buddies listening to it that many times after he's heard it that many times. Like, it's a cult following.
It is a cult following.
It's a strange fan base,
and it kind of, but even that's with other artists too, right? Like other artists have, and you kind of in that cult fan base, you kind of like listen to every single word they say.
Yeah,
like you are. That is who you look up to. That is who you want to be.
Yeah.
So it's kind of trippy, but like, is this gonna change anything? The Lil Peep.
That's the big. I was gonna say that earlier, and like, I don't think so. We can sit here and talk and be like, yo, Lil Peep's death will be like an influence. People are gonna start realizing that maybe they shouldn't pop all these fucking drugs. But like, that's not gonna stop, man.
No, but like, I don't think it says so much to that as it says to their longevity, just being super trendy and being on that shit and like doing shit for the gram and doing shit for Snapchat. Like,
you think that's
trendy? Though? I think, but I think a lot of those guys are very trendy, and I think trendy doesn't help anything when it comes to longevity.
Do you think being like a drug addict is trendy though? Like, is that being trendy? Like, is
yeah,
that
in a certain lane, and like Future made that popular. Future made it popular just to be like Molly Percocet, just fucking yell Molly Percocet.
Think about that fucking song.
Yeah, like Future's
holy shit, retarded.
Even before Future was dropping bangers, he was all like he really started just like drug lyrics.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's cool.
Was
like,
there ever anybody before Future doing that?
Lil Wayne?
Of course.
Wayne.
People are talking about crap.
It's been going on for 20 years.
It's never not been going on.
Yeah,
it's never not been going on. But people like to blame Future for that, for like because he's ignorant, not era. Conscious rap, right? There's no
dirty
like
Sprites, buddy.
Yeah,
fucking dirty Sprite.
Just listen to it once.
Yeah,
Dirty Sprite 2. Listen to it once.
Do you think Future's actually a drug addict?
No, for
See,
sure
that,
not.
is
For
that,
sure not.
Is that fucked?
Yeah. He's
but it's
he's
trendy to
preaching
rap
stuff, and
about
he's made a
that.
mill off the stuff
That
he's
shit gets
preaching, and
clicks.
he's not doing it.
That shit sells, man. Like, people love that stuff. Like, I'll listen to it once in a while. I'm not gonna lie. I don't fucking do Molly Perkins. Like, I don't
I
do
also
that
feel
shit.
like- I also
it's not
feel
cool
like-
to do that. I know it's not cool.
Yeah.
Just because I listen to it doesn't mean I'm gonna do it.
I also feel like if Future ever tried to do like a Snoop Lion album and tried to like redeem himself, like Atlantic Records would be like, fuck you. Like, no, you're not. Like, the new drug is called Wappa Dabba Bing Bong, and you have to say it 13 times in this next song we're recording, or else you're cut. Like,
Do you really think it's like that?
yeah, for
Do you
sure.
really think the
For
music
sure.
industry is like that?
Yeah.
For
Even
sure.
Now,
Yeah.
even
For
now,
sure.
Like Chance though, Chance is totally independent, and you have
Chance is not independent. Chance is not independent.
Okay,
Chance is not independent.
He got the he got the week release from Apple Music.
He's not independent. He's
not on a label.
He's not independent though.
Okay, explain yourself.
Nobody like that's independent.
Well, he's obviously got a manager.
I feel like he's got a
And a
little more
team.
than a manager, and he's got a team, and he's got somebody tell him to do something. Somebody to sign up for shows. Somebody
bet
he's got people that, like.
He's got a marketing manager who, but I think they're hired by him.
No, I don't think so. I think there's a publicity stunt there. I
You
feel
think
like
so?
Chance the Rapper, it's one of those too good to be true things. Like,
That's a huge conspiracy.
yeah,
I've been hearing that a lot, and I see where it's coming from.
like Chance.
I love Chance,
but
like,
as much as I love Chance, even when you see like videos of him like taking a selfie, he doesn't seem like that genuine of a guy. There seems
Listen.
like something that's too good to be true.
Exactly.
There, there's
the
like
past year, that's where that switch happened. In the past
nothing
year,
away
he
from his
became
music,
too
though.
good to be true. I remember a year ago. This is around a year ago because I had to shovel that night. But it was like some music awards, and he fucking like he was all over the place that night, and I was like, acid rap was like 2 years ago, man.
Yeah.
Like, he changed so much. I'm not. That's not a knock on him.
But wouldn't we?
But he is too good to be
wouldn't it have to
true.
legally be public for us to know if he was signed to a record deal?
why would it? What sort of law would make you come
I
out to
guess
the
so.
public and tell who you work for?
Yeah,
There's no law. Like, I don't have to tell you where I work.
It's true.
I feel like he's got
And
a big team
And
behind
I
him,
guess that
He's
like
gotta.
if
That
even
plays
if a
into
record,
it.
even if a record label did, the only reason they have their label on the front of a disc or something or with artwork is for promotion for them. And if that's not worth it at this point, and they're making more off sales through Chance,
Then just
Then
let
it's- and
let
that-
him be independent. Let him
exactly,
put on
your
that
brand is nothing.
visage.
Your artists are worth more than your brand yourself.
Yep. Migos preached they were independent until they could get a check big enough, and then they just
I
stopped being
bet they got a
independent.
huge check.
And yeah, they postponed it a long time, and they just kept preaching how independent they were, and that was just a business move. They would like put it in the hook of their song that they were independent. Like, nobody even cares. Like, nobody cares if you're independent or not. Like, yeah, it's
you're
cool
right.
that Chance is independent, but nobody cares if you aren't. Like,
Yeah.
I don't hear one of like some new poppin' song and be like, "Yo, is this guy independent? Is this guy like?"
It's interesting though. I just feel like that's the way it should work because Future has a fan base. Future could go. I think Future could be independent because he has a fan base that. How shitty does that feel?
Yeah.
Holding in sneezes. I wish I could just let it out.
It's a satisfying feeling sneezing.
Oh, it's beautiful. Sorry.
It's like taking a pee and stopping a little bit. Nobody wants to do that.
It's the
It hurts a bit.
It sucks, man. All that relief that could have been had. Okay, Future could be independent because he has such a big fan base.
It doesn't make sense for him to do that though, because he has everybody to organize everything for him. He gets told what to do, and at the end of the day, he's getting a certain amount of dollars, and he's comfortable with that. So why change that? If you're at the top of the game and you're getting the best of the best, there's no need to fuck the system up and try and be a renegade if you're getting paid millions of dollars a year.
Okay, fuck off, dude. What are you doing? This kid, we're in the middle of a podcast, and he gets up, goes, grabs a slice of pizza, and just starts eating it.
Doesn't even excuse himself.
Yeah,
Get
like,
ready
what
to hear
the
some
fuck happened
munching.
there? Are you not gonna be a part of this? You're just gonna hear smacking in the fucking mic.
Man, I'm hungry as a motherfucker. We can pause this, or I'm gonna
Hey,
have to
you want to
eat
take a
this
break?
No.
Yeah, let's take a break. Because Kaelan forced it upon us.
Thanks, buddy.
So what is this?
I don't think
It's Disturber. It's a double IPA. That means the process that happens to the IPA, it's done twice with this beer. There's a strong grapefruit kick to it.
Okay, so what does that mean? It's done twice.
The action of fermenting the beer is done
So
twice.
it's double fermented.
Yeah.
So how long does a beer usually ferment for? Do you know?
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know. I know a lot about the beer,
Yeah.
and not so much about the process.
Big Rig makes their beers in the back, right?
They make the shakedown, which is the APA. They make that in the back, but they bought a brewery in Canada. Like, it's a big ass warehouse.
It's pretty unfortunate tasting, but it's like not as bad as I thought it'd be.
Look at that color.
It's disgusting. It looks like mud water. Yeah, Big Rig's real interesting.
It looks like your pee went really badly.
Yeah,
Like if
you have like
I'd pee this into the toilet some nights, and I'd look at myself and I'd be like,
you
I gotta
pissed-
stop doing whatever I'm doing.
I need to calm down.
I need to calm down.
You piss and you put a little milk in it. Just a little bit though.
It's like you know when you're not quite done your cereal, and your mom's like, "Don't put it in the sink, put it in the toilet." But Dad didn't flush his last pee.
That's exactly.
That is exactly what it looks like.
Yo, soon,
All it needs is like 3 cornflakes on top.
oh my God.
3 cornflakes.
Soon we'll have video. Soon you'll be able to actually see that.
It's the Big Rig.
It's the Big
Disturber.
Rig. Yeah, shout out to the Big Rig because that's your workplace. You want them to be successful. You want to be a part of that success.
Of course, growing
Shout
industry. Shouts out. Wasn't gonna tell anybody where I worked, but
Okay, why?
exposed. I don't know. You gotta be professional. You always gotta be professional. You gotta be outside of work having a few drinks. You gotta be professional. I don't tell anybody where I work. I work at a bar.
True.
I work at a bar. Like if I don't know you,
Yeah.
you don't need to know that much about me
Yeah.
until we get to that point.
Yeah.
So I work at a bar. My name's Bailey. I don't know that guy beside me.
Postal code.
I don't know the guy beside me. I know he's really drunk. Brennan, shut up. I don't know that guy.
Where is Brennan?
He's working at some party mart. He's selling costumes to people that don't want them anymore.
Sorry, pardon?
A party mart. You know party mart?
No.
Like it's like a Halloween store that sells like Halloween costumes and
true.
candy, and they blow balloons for you.
All year?
Yes, it's a party store all
The
year, and I'm like, I don't
his
know why.
face.
I don't know why you need a Teletubbies costume any other day of the year other than the Halloween 30th, and you're still looking like an idiot that day when you wore it too. But like, as if somehow he got hired onto this job, and he's sticking it out and hanging out with the warehouse with Stevie and the boys doing nothing, packing up last year's costumes. But like
The boys.
Stevie and the
The
boys.
boys in the warehouse.
Did you see that Snapchat of Stevie?
Yeah.
He looked like what did he look like? What's that band? Alice Cooper, the lead singer in Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Alice Cooper is
Is
the
it
lead
Alice?
singer in Alice
Yeah.
Cooper. But
That makes sense. Working with the boys.
you're going with the boys.
That's so classic. All they do is just smoke cigarettes and drink Tim Hortons.
No, I feel like I feel like a Party Mart's the store that has a Keurig machine.
You think so?
They definitely have a Keurig machine.
Yo, that's fancy.
And-
Okay. Hear that?
And then the biggest drama there is who left the tank empty. Who left the tank empty? Brennan, I feel like, doesn't drink coffee, but he empties out the tank. We have friends that empty out the Keurig tank. He knows don't drink coffee just to piss other people off. Dougie, I know you're the last one to drink coffee.
Yo, has he ever done stand up? Has he ever gone out?
Oh, we did. We went to Algonquin College once. I shouldn't even be saying this. He's not allowed to go to Algonquin College. This is a different guy, Brennan Smith.
Okay, what?
Brennan Smith and I went to Algonquin College. We did a stand up and it was hilarious. It was a stand up, but it wasn't a stand up, but it was open mic.
Yeah.
But apparently it was only an open mic for people that had instruments. So you had to have like you had to get up there singing or have a guitar, like be good at the violin. And we're like 4 drunk guys, and we don't do any of that. So,
So what happened?
like
You
when
just
people
walked-
don't trust us with their violin, and we get in there, we get a table right at the front, and we're and then we're like, how do we get on the list? And I was like, Brennan, that's the MC. I was like, buddy, you got to go talk to the MC. He convinces the MC to give him 5 minutes of speaking time, even though it's only like an instrument, and then he makes. Then he makes a few crude jokes. He was told not to swear, and the first word out of his mouth was fuck. He said, fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. And then started telling his joke after the guy said, don't swear and keep a straight thing. And then he made a racist joke about Aboriginals. And then he talked about somebody's stepdad, and he was asked to leave. It was worth it.
So was there.
Brennan
Dude,
Smith,
I'll-
by the way, not Brennan Smith. Brennan Smith. Brennan Smith would never go back to Algonquin.
Smith. No, you want to get his name out there. Did you all walk out at the same time?
Yeah, we all walked in at the same time too. We were going to leave at the same time.
So
Oh,
good.
buddy.
So you're not going back? You don't think you're going back to school?
I got an email 2 days ago. I'm a student at Algonquin. If people don't know,
What are you taking?
I'm taking business administration. It's probably the largest program in Algonquin College.
Is it?
Yeah, it is the largest program in Algonquin College. There's like something like 25 sections
Oh, true.
inside that. So like, I don't even know all the people that are in my program.
I guess not even close.
No, not even close. Not even close. I know like a small percent of those people. But I got an email 2 days ago after our 2-month-long strike saying that I should be up to date with all my courses coming back for Tuesday, and to expect me to learn 2 months, pretty much 2 months worth of schoolwork, and not only do the work but teach myself the work on top of that. I don't think I should be paying for that. I don't think I should have to. That wasn't something I agreed to. It's not something I wanted to do. I think it's a little unfair.
I think in all this, we got fucked the hardest.
Yeah.
Like, I know
The students?
Yeah. I agree with the teachers, and I know they weren't getting paid, and shit must have been rough.
I don't, though. I don't have any empathy for any teacher that went on strike. Like, zero empathy for any teacher that went on strike.
I do.
I don't have any.
See,
It's part timer.
interesting-
It's part timers that are the majority that are on strike, right? If you want to be a teacher, you should go teach grade 1, 2, 3. You're like from kindergarten to high school, and you'll get a full time job.
But you don't have to take teachers college to get into college teaching.
You don't. So if you want to be a teacher for a career, and you don't want to, you're just opting out by not going to school for it and teaching a program. Like I have some Com 1, some
But it's
English
different teaching
basics.
college courses than public school courses.
I think they're sacrificing the education quality by locking the full-time teachers at 19%. I think that plays a big role. I think full-time teachers have more time to devote, and they're more invested into their job. Because I don't agree with what part-time teachers are making, and everything around it. I think they're getting a little screwed.
That's a very good point, because it's like, why would you limit the teachers at 19%? Like limit the number of full-time teachers at 19%, because that not only like gives no hope to the part-time teachers wanting to be full-time teachers, but it also kind of lacks quality. It takes away from the quality of education, because these part-time teachers have to have other jobs, have to have other ways of supporting themselves besides fully being a part of the process of teaching, which is an extremely like volatile. It can go well or bad. You know what I mean? It's important to be a teacher.
Yeah, but we get down to the nitty gritty. Like all the business stuff is above our heads. We don't understand the business model. We don't understand how Algonquin College runs, how they need to staff their teachers.
Very true.
That's all above our heads. But at the end of the day, we are not going to school after we were paid to go to school.
Yeah, but that's Algonquin College. That's a business. That's not the teachers. I think the teachers are allowed to protest their contract. Like, and that's
I don't
not
feel
the
like they have the
teachers'.
right to with the students sacrificing, the people that are paying them. I don't feel like.
No, but that's like Jacob said last time. That shows the importance. Like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but point is, like, I'm on the teachers' side. I'm not gonna go back and be pissed at the teachers when I step into class tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna be looking at Algonquin. Like,
I'd
fuck
look
you
down on
guys,
any
man.
teacher that voted not to go back to school right away.
It's unfortunate because you guys are really the only victims.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
why
that's
it's
my
unfortunate.
original point. We got fucked in this.
I just feel like their union has too much power. They shouldn't be able to. They shouldn't be able to have any sort of say during the school year.
But they-
have to go to town when there's 3 kids in summer school, but during the middle of the school year, one of the like your 2 huge semesters, you're gonna have a strike right in the damn middle of it. Then like. The union shouldn't have that much power. I don't think the union even belongs.
But the government ultimately had the power to make them go back no matter if they reached an agreement or not.
And
So
I don't
does
even believe that
mean-
the government had the right to do that. I don't think they had the right to intervene. Like, if those were the rules and that's how the union was laid out and that's the agreement that the union and, like, the owners had, then the government had no right to step into there. It's I don't even know if it benefits us at this point, but
It's very true. And you
know?
don't even know.
yeah. We have no idea.
Anyways, we got fucked. Bottom line.
Yeah,
It's
but
been
it's-
6-7 weeks of just.
Bailey made an interesting point. It's like you don't even think the government should intervene.
No, they shouldn't. That's ridiculous. Of
So
course not.
how would that get solved? I guess it would still just be the same. It'd be
It's the way the union set up.
Yeah.
It's the way the union set up. It's the agreements they made when that union happened.
Yeah.
And I don't think every business model should have a union in it. And I don't think school teachers should be part of a union. Like, it's only hurting everybody in that situation. I don't know, things work themselves out and you get the job that you deserve. You should have trust in that and not need a union to just fight about that every 4 years. That's what happened.
Yeah,
that's what'll
interesting.
happen in 4 or 6 years or
Yeah.
whenever the next contract comes up. There'll be this debate, and then kids might lose school time over it. It happens every contract.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have. The union should never had that been granted that.
So do you think union? You only think union should be imposed in certain careers, like
In certain business,
yeah.
in certain business
Certain
models,
businesses,
they belong.
yeah.
Like, it's fair to say that Walmart has a union because they employ the minimum wage worker. But they also employ the minimum wage worker, right? The minimum wage worker deserves so many rights, even though he's minimum wage and they're making the least and getting the least benefits. They
Yeah.
still have a certain amount of rights. So the union does good in that business model because they can fight for those minimums. They can
because
fight
there's not
for
a lot
those
of power in that.
yeah,
sense,
it's because
right?
there's not a lot of power because the individual Walmart worker doesn't have that much power.
Yeah.
When you're talking about other businesses like a professor, that means a lot to a university.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get their way and they're going to earn their job without the union.
Yeah.
But you put that union, you put a middleman there. You don't know how that middleman is going to perform for you. You don't know if he's going to give you what you deserve or what you not deserve. But I feel like each worker should be able to fight for a better position, for more pay, for it to be full time, and the union just steps in between that. And I don't think
The extreme on both sides
Yeah.
is unfortunate, right? The extreme capitalistic side of being able to take advantage of workers is unfortunate, and the extreme other side of unions having control of everything is unfortunate.
yeah.
It's like both they're both sides. So what do you think about? What did both of you think about the $15 minimum wage?
When is that coming again?
So $14 is coming January 1st.
Yeah.
That's coming right around the corner. You're gonna get a huge pay
Yeah.
bump too.
Yeah, I will.
As a
Probably
server?
be the same as you guys.
As a
I'll
server?
probably still be like
it'll be the same.
I'll be like a buck or two down from minimum
Exactly.
wage, but like
it'll be the same relatively.
I feel like the restaurant industry will take a hit from that though, just like a lot of industries will.
You
Because
think so?
the restaurant industry, they staff themselves minimum. When they don't need you, they cut you. They tell you to go home. You don't have a 5 to 9 shift. You have a 5 o'clock shift, and if they need you at 9, they'll keep you till 10.
That's so
if
true.
if they need you at 8, if they don't need you after 8, then they'll cut you at 8 o'clock. So that's your shift. So when they're looking at labor every day and their labor's too high, well, that's because labor went up. Like labor
Yeah.
went up $5.
That's a good point.
So me as a server, I'm going to be getting less hours strictly because of management trying to keep labor down. So it's going to affect every industry, whether it's directly like me, who's literally going to get hours chopped off, or whether it's going to affect CEOs in even being able to have a certain person on the team, like being able to afford a certain salary.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's annoying. But don't you think that if there's more money coming in the economy through the middle wage class, do you think that that could come out to compensate for the amount of money being given in the minimum wage workers, compensate more people coming in because they have more money to spend outside of what they already have?
Well, it's hard to see. I feel like all three of us at this table were grown up in a middle class family.
Yes.
So we don't even see the lower class family's perspective. All we see is our parents complaining about how heavily the middle class is taxed. None of us have grown up in like a high class family, I don't believe.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't call my parents extremely wealthy or anything.
Yeah.
So we don't know how they're taxed, but we know that middle of the class people complain about how high they're taxed. That's all we know. So we don't see how that tax money relates and helps lower class people versus how it helps higher class people.
Wait, what do you mean? Where did tax come into this?
I think he's just talking about like tax brackets.
Tax brackets. Well, like middle class people have a certain tax bracket if you're getting paid so much. Higher class people have a certain tax bracket. So, but middle class people complain so much nowadays in North America how high the tax bracket is. Well, with their tax bracket, how high.
This is only going to affect a low income.
But
if you're gonna play, it's communistic, and then our middle class taxes are gonna help pay and help the lower class.
Yeah,
we don't even know that because we were born and raised in this middle class family that just complains about how little they have when there's other people that have more little, but we don't know how us giving helps lower class people.
it's not really us giving.
It's not us giving; it's being taken away. But we don't know how if that money taken away.
Do you not think that it's going to circulate? Do you not think that if the minimum wage worker compared to the worker making over like $100,000 a year, like the spending percentage is crazy. Like the minimum wage worker spends like 90% of their income, 99% of the income or whatever, and then the person making over $200,000 spends like 20% of the income on average. Yeah. So it's like the shit. Don't you think that if that middle wage bracket just goes up slightly, that they're still going to be spending the percentage of money that they would have, and that will go back in the economy? That will like give them opportunity to go and eat at a restaurant like fucking Big Rig? Or
I see what you're trying to say.
Or do you just not think? Do you think it's still like? What if you get more hours because more people are coming out to eat because they have more to spend?
We're gonna have to wait and see. Like I don't know.
But
how
everything
that's
levels himself out though. Like if that becomes a thing, if more people are coming out to spend, there's too many people, then we'll like then our prices will go up. But they already have gone up in preparation for this. Like our prices will go up. They already have gone up.
Yeah.
Everybody's jumping their prices. The grocery store is jumping their prices. Like.
Do you think it's gonna happen the day of? Do you think?
No. It's gonna be. It's been a slow thing. It always is a slow thing. Inflation's never gonna hop 25.
Was that them doing that in preparation for this, or was that them doing that because they wanted to have a better profit margin?
They need to do that. It just happens with inflation that the minimum wage needs to be brought up. Yeah. And it hasn't been brought up substantially in the last little while, and inflation goes up steadily. So it just needs to match. Like people are not going to be able to start afford groceries if their grocery store bill keeps going up and our minimum wage doesn't. There's going to be people that can't afford food. There's going to be more welfare and just more problems. So it's going up. It's because it has to go up.
It's a very good point. Very well said. Especially with that welfare comment, because people always complain about welfare being an issue, but you're gonna have less welfare when the minimum wage is higher.
Yeah.
It'll be more motivation to work for some people too, I think.
Well, and that's just it. A lot of people see it as a $5 an hour raise,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't matter who you are. You're a dishwasher. You got a $5 an hour raise, pretty much. Like, that's a
Almost.
lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
That's almost a third. That's almost a third of what you're
It's
making.
almost a half.
It's almost a third of what you're making. Like,
Yeah.
that's substantial.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what's gonna happen.
I'm interested to see what's gonna happen too, because and it is like what you said. It's like a test. It's something that might happen. You never know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It should be interesting. I'm excited.
Well, they brought this into Seattle. They did this. This has been happening in Seattle for a long time.
Seattle, and there's another city, right?
I don't know the other city, but I know Seattle's been very successful and their economy's boomed since they brought the minimum wage up to $15 an hour.
New York, I think, did it too. But that only makes sense. Imagine living in New York and not living on $15. It'd be impossible.
Well, even if I was making $15 an hour, I wouldn't be able to live in New York.
No.
Like, if I was living in New York at $15 an hour, I don't even want to know where I'd be living in New York. Like
It's just
I've
crazy.
been to New York and there's certain restaurants and they have this big metal thing out in front of where they got right in front of the restaurant.
Okay.
And they lift it up, and I saw this dude go down there. He went down there and he grabbed a pig. He grabbed a full dead pig, threw it on his shoulder, and came out of the ground. And I was like, if I made minimum wage, I'd probably be living with that pig in New York City. Like,
First of all.
Literally.
$15 an hour or 11. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be different. I'm curious. Do you think? Have you heard about this NDP guy?
Yeah, we talked about him last time I was here.
Oh, really? Have you heard about him?
Nope.
So this NDP guy,
NDB.
Jagmeet Singh.
ODB? ODB. Did you hear about the new movie that's coming out? ODB?
New music
Wait, what?
bio?
No, it's actually happening.
Old Dirty Bastard.
Yeah.
Is it?
A music bio?
No.
Yeah. It's called Raw.
That's
No.
sick,
Yeah.
dude.
Are you fucking with
No,
me
I'm
right
not
now?
fucking with you. I heard this
Oh,
today.
fuck,
I heard
That's
shimmy,
sick.
shimmy, yeah.
You know,
Wu-Tang.
do you feel like they always butcher biopics?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Biggie was a good biopic. Eminem was
still
a good
butchered it.
biopic because that was his shit.
Okay. It also, that goes to speak that you said a couple older ones because you don't have the memory of the people that grew up in that generation. We not to say that we grew up with Pac, but more people grew up with Pac, and the Pac movie got a lot of hate. Pac movie got a lot of hate because everybody knew that story, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knew that story. People grew up through that story, listening and watching.
We grew up through that story.
No, well, we didn't. We weren't reading those headlines back when we were that age.
But we were brought up
But
in
there
that
were people
culture,
that but listen, if something were to happen and let's say ASAP Rocky were to be killed like a month from now, we would have known every little thing about Rocky. We see his headlines every single day, right? And that happened with Pac. So everybody that grew up with Pac knows Pac's story better than we know Pac.
Yeah.
They've read those headlines, so when they watch that movie, they're gonna be like, "Fuck that!" Like that's not what happened. They butchered that relationship. They butchered that conversation. That didn't happen. Like there's 2020 Vision says something. So NWA movies seemed like it was a lot better because that was further out, right? That was further out.
And don't you think that it's also probably better because, sorry, dude. Don't you think it's also a lot better because NWA was actually a part of it?
Yeah, big time.
That's something that-
I almost didn't want to compare it to that because everybody
They aren't comparable, though.
Everybody in Eazy-E's camp hated that movie. Everybody in Eazy-E's camp hated that movie. There was like
Because he was not there.
Yeah, I know. He was the only one not there to develop that movie, and everybody was like, "That wasn't easy. That wasn't easy." Like, but everybody else was happy with their role. I'm sure Dre was very happy with their role.
Ice
I'm
Cube's
sure,
son got to play him.
Yeah,
He killed it, man.
Oh, he did kill it. How sick is that, though? Being able to play your dad in a movie?
I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
I have a shit dad, but even if I had even if I had a good dad, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like if my dad was Michael Jordan, I would not want to play Michael Jordan in a basketball. They'd be like, "Yo, his crossover is trash. Like he's not as good as his dad." I would not want to put.
What if your dad was Ice Cube though? It's a different story.
Maybe.
If my dad was Ice Cube, I'd probably be like 13 and then try to like blow up off the fame. I'd call myself like Ice Flame or something, and I'd just make stupid Instagram videos and try to get like 1 million followers. And then just like
With your dad in the background, check it out, Ice Cube.
and then try and sell credit cards the rest of my life, and I'd probably be okay. Ice Flame coming at you.
You're gonna be one of those kids in the commercials, bro.
Those memes that never die. That's my goal.
Yo, do you make memes? You should make some memes. I think you make funny memes, bro. Memes are.
I feel like I feel like I
you
hate,
make fucked memes.
I feel like I hate people that make memes. Like,
Why?
I don't know like an avid meme maker, but I feel like the avid meme maker.
It's probably not that cool of a guy.
Yeah. I feel like
Who knows?
I feel like an avid meme maker was once like a troll in COD. Remember?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The
yeah.
one that said a little too much, that screamed when you kill
Fuck
him.
you, faggot.
Yeah. When the
say the F word. But
In Call of Duty.
when Modern Warfare 2
Yeah.
was going and the guy got pissed.
The guy who fucked your mother.
Yeah, the guy that fucked your mom makes dumbass memes. The guy fucked us.
You're right.
There you go.
Do you ever see that South Park episode of the internet? The troll episode?
I don't watch South Park, but I think
Oh,
I think I
dude,
saw the
you
episode
need
though.
to.
I think I saw the episode.
You need to watch South Park.
I'm not a big cartoon guy.
Bro, it's important, I think.
I'm not a big cartoon guy, but have you seen Big Mouth? Have you watched that on Netflix?
Big Mouth?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Big Mouth. It's worth a shot. It's worth a
Is
shot.
it cartoon?
Yep.
It's pretty funny.
What is it?
It's
though? Who
it's
does
hilarious. I don't know. It's I have no idea actually. Talk about it, Soaks. You're kind of a movie geek. Like,
Do you watch movies? I never watch movies.
I like
Yo, do you
I
wanna
like
stop?
certain movies.
Don't play with us. Sorry.
I like
Here.
certain movies. Like I like a lot of old movies, like classics.
you're a loser and you like Batman movies and shit too.
I like
Batman's good though. Batman,
Well, Batman's the wrong one, but
Knight,
you'll go catch like a bad Superman movie sometimes. No, you were hyping up Batman and Superman. That's why I bring that up. Were you not hyping up Batman and
no.
Superman?
Whoa. Growing up, I was a big comic book fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, when that movie was coming out, I was pumped for that, man. And they fucked it up. It was a shit movie.
Sounds like an awful movie from the get go.
Yeah, but like the comic was fucking.
Yeah, nobody's gonna
fantastic.
leave happy because there's like Batman fans, Superman fans. I feel like there's a compromise. I feel like there's a big I didn't even see the movie, but I know there's a big compromise there, and neither of them really won, but both of them did, and it was just like, fuck this. Batman should have slit his throat.
But I like classic. I like Pulp Fiction. I like the Terminator 2, the classic.
I never watch movies.
I like Aliens.
What do you guys think about reality TV?
Oh, that's just dumb as fuck. This guy loves it.
Love it.
buddy, we're gonna put this fucker on blast right here, buddy.
What? Let's hear it.
Loves it.
Let's hear it. What? Explain yourself. We got too many questions.
2
Explain
minutes.
yourself. 2 minutes. Look at
I
right
love.
at
I
Kaelan
don't
in the
like
eyes.
any reality TV shows, but if your mom wants to watch Big Brother with me, I'm down. No, reality TV shows are great. They show the worst in every person that's put on that show, and I get a kick out of it. More than I do just the pleasure of watching it, the pleasure of seeing these people crumble on TV.
Yeah.
Like I live for cringe moments like that. I live for you. I made you watch that episode of Big Brother. Remember
A
when
couple, buddy.
Remember when Mark was crying? There's like this 300-pound.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't
Mark
believe
was
it.
crying.
This guy looked like a Mexican Puerto Rican Tupac, bro. This guy had the bandana on and everything.
Oh,
and
that
he
was
just
Josh.
teared up.
Oh.
And he just, man, all the cameras were
Okay,
on him, right?
also-
and he teared up.
also-
Bawling.
Also, remember I made you watch that show?
Which one?
Big Brother Canada, I think it was. I went into this place with Martin. I went into this little he's Asian, right? So we had to go get bubble tea. So we went and got bubble tea with Martin and his buddy Matt.
Yeah.
And then we go in there, and who's in there but Big Brother Canada Cindy.
What?
Cindy was there. This chick from Big
Who the
Brother.
fuck is Cindy?
I watched this chick for like a whole season on Big Brother.
Were you with those eyes? You went up to her. You're like, Cindy
No.
from Big.
No, I didn't say anything. I was embarrassed. I don't want to tell people I like reality TV shows. So I was like Martin. I was like Martin. You know I like Big Brother, right? He was like, yeah. And I'm like, the chick in front of us, that's Cindy. And he's like, no, that's not. Like, you just stop fucking with me, right? Next thing you know, I gotta get my phone out and I Google Big Brother Canada Cindy, and it's the chick standing right in front of me.
Like, that's her, bro.
And we were blowing up right behind her. She had no idea what was going on. And then we drove off right beside her. I stuck my head out of the window. I was like, Cindy!
You just lost it. You lost it.
I couldn't keep it in any longer. I couldn't like not just drive off and say nothing. I mean,
I love you.
I actually hated her on the show. I hated her. She was like my least favorite character.
The big bitch, eh?
No.
That's so funny. Yeah, see, I used to love Big Brother. Big Brother was a good one.
Oh yeah.
I've
never
never
watched Big
watched
Brother
that
Canada.
shit.
Survivor.
Never back in the day.
Any of the MTV shitty ones? Yeah, I watched Jersey Shore. Come at me.
Fear Factor? Show
Only
to
when Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan. They got Ludacris doing
How
it right now.
weird is that?
They got
what are you doing? Ludacris has never been in a forest in his life. He's like, I thought this was a set, bro.
Ludacris is afraid of house spiders. Like, he's the wrong guy. Like, I feel like when there's a spider in one of his like souped up BMX or not BMX, Beamers from the Fast and Furious. See, I feel like he gets out of the car, he like crashes.
Yeah,
like,
I always forget that's ludicrous.
Yeah,
well,
how
with the
goofy
fro.
is that? What's a good Ludacris song?
Oh, my chick bad, my chick bad, my chick.
I
I
never listened to
that your chick
Ludacris.
wish she should. That one's. I love that song.
He's got one like
My
classic
chick.
album.
That's amazing. That's the only song I listen to him from.
Yeah, Ludacris is interesting. What a terrible host though for Fear
I feel like
Factor.
you're just more of a personality. I feel there's certain guys in the entertainment business that are more of a personality than they're talented.
I guess so, but
performer.
does he even really show his personality through that? I don't think so.
Like a louder than life personality, like a T-Pain, you know? T-Pain has no personality, but
Auto-tunes his voice
yeah.
every time he talks to the mic.
no personality, but the biggest personality at the same time.
Word of Mouth is the only album I've ever heard by him, but the whole thing's good.
I don't know. He's obviously a legend to a certain extent.
A lot of people put him in a high spot.
All right, Bailey. What's been motivating you lately? We're gonna end it right here. You know what I mean? But I want to get a couple last words. What's been motivating you lately?
Give it to Stokes. I'll come up with something good in a sec.
Okay.
Stokes, what's motivating you?
What's been inspiring you? What's been motivating
Okay,
you?
actually,
Wait. Are you ready?
yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, go.
This Disturber, this double IPA that we sell at the Big Rig.
Right there in that.
A nice grapefruit kick to it. We sell it by the 4-pack, $12 a 4-pack. Your average double IPA can go for $9 a can. We sell it for $12 flat with tax in every day till 11 at the Big Rig on Irish Street. Come on by. I'll be there to say hi.
Yo, they should pay you for that. Really?
Don't bring your girlfriend because I might say hi.
Yeah, shit.
All right, Stokes, what inspires you?
Yeah, what's been inspiring? So Big Rig. Yeah, no.
The fucking Disturbers this guy's been selling me, buddy.
No, what motivates you?
Yeah, what motivates you, Kaelan?
His girlfriend
What
motivates him.
inspires
He's
you?
a soft guy.
Hey,
he wants to talk
he's a
about his
little-
girlfriend, and he wants to talk about. I can tell. He's
Yeah.
a little Americano. Tell me about your mom, man.
My mom does motivate me, man. Shout out. What motivates me is, I don't know, getting up every day, being in a routine, and knowing I'm pushing forward.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Waking up
yourself, eh?
as a
You don't need
person.
anything but yourself to motivate you.
No, man, that's it.
It's important, though.
Just
Self
moving
motivation,
forward.
I guess, is
I
quite
don't
a
know
big
if
thing.
that motivates me. I don't know if being in a routine motivates me.
Well, like
I don't know. I think I lack motivation.
I don't know.
I'm better at
Watch-
discipline
watch-
than motivation.
Watching progress motivates me.
Yes, that's the thing. Being better than you once were. it's a
A
big,
better tomorrow. A better tomorrow
fucking
motivates
tomorrow.
you. Yes, I get that.
it's a bigger thing. Hey, you have to understand that there is a better tomorrow.
Yeah. There
No
needs
matter
to be.
what.
There
Yeah.
needs to
and
be.
there will be.
Yeah.
That's the thing. There needs
Yeah.
to be, and there will be. Wow, that was pretty sick. It's Bailey drinking the rest of his rosé right out of the bottle.
Holy
All right, I appreciate it, guys. I'm really excited for this. I got a couple sweet podcasts coming out. I'm gonna be interviewing. I'm speaking this into existence because I work with a chick, and this chick's mom's an immigration officer. So I'm gonna be interviewing an immigration officer, hopefully.
I feel
Super
I
interesting.
feel like she's Latina. You said she's I feel like I want to come over for this interview as well.
Bro, it should be interesting. And then I'm interviewing my professor.
No way.
Yeah.
That'll
it
be-
should
that'll be
No, it'll
interesting.
be really, really good. So those will be the next two. And I'm in.
Is she cute?
Who?
Your professor.
It's a dude.
Oh,
His name's
okay.
Kevin.
Oh,
He's
okay.
got gray hair, bro.
Oh. Very-
Love him, buddy.
Sorry, Kev. I'm not
You're
going to
a
show
guy.
up to that podcast.
You're a good guy. Though.
Maybe the Latina officer. That intrigued me.
All right. Good night. Say good night, guys.
Good night. Good night.
Peace.